Oh my god, this is one hell of a ranking. This isn't the biggest ranking I've ever done, but it's one of the larger ones. We are going to be ranking 26 books here today. Slappy books. If you don't know, I'm not a big fan of Slappy. I don't want to be the guy who says, oh, Slappy's fucking awful. He's had great moments in Goosebumps. More particularly, though, in television, I'd say. His books usually aren't the greatest, in my opinion, or relatively just fall into boring territory for me. I'm not big on them. But there's 26 of them. I ranked them a few years ago, but only about half of them. Yeah. So we're going to actually rank every single Slappy story ever. Minus a few, because some don't count. Like, just to make my criteria clear, what is a Slappy story? I mean, you all know the basic ones. We got the Slappy World stories that center on Slappy. There's, I think, 10 of those, maybe 8. Whatever, they're all in here today. We have Slappy's Nightmare Bride, the original trilogy. We have Screams in the Night, which does fucking count, because Slappy is a, like, 20-page segment in there, and is throughout the entire story sitting on a shelf. He is indeed in the book and prominent. And that's my criteria. Slappy has to be a character in the book, as well as extremely prominent. So he does not count in Carnival of Horrors, because he is in that book, but it doesn't count because it's like a page. If Slappy were the main villain, especially advertised in the book, then yeah, it counts, but no. He isn't. But movie novels count. Yep, we have the movie novels in here, as well as Night of Living Monsters, Slappy's Return, The Haunting Returns, because that show is literally just all about Slappy, and everything is directly correlated to him, or caused by him, or Condu, as you want to call him. Minor spoilers for the show, and there will be a bunch of spoilers, probably. But if you want the full, actual list before we get into the video, you can... I don't know why my light just turned on. You can go into the description and see for yourself, because it is a heck of a list, trust me. And this was not an easy ranking to make, because Slappy's... What the fuck? Slappy's stories are just not the easiest to rank. They're all super similar in quality to me. So... is Slappy's ghost here? But yeah, full list in description. Let's move into this abominable ranking. Coming on real strong for bottom pick, we have Slappy's Nightmare. Not even kidding. No, there's a fan base, but wake up from the Matrix, please. I've already said it, but I want people to reread this one. This one turned out to be way more awful than I could have ever imagined. The story is bad. It has a great concept, but it's executed poorly. It's repetitive. The characters are awful. The ending is dog shit, and it's overall one of the absolute worst reads from Series 2000. One of the only ones that I think are actually bad from that series. And also, one of the worst, if not the worst, I'm pretty sure of, Slappy's story in all of Goosebumps. Next up, Slappy's Tales of Horror. Now, not the whole book, because only bits of it are Slappy. I'm talking just about the comic. Technicality, I could and should count the whole book, but when I do my graphics ranking, I will be counting every comic separately, and then rank all the comics as books whole, probably. But just the comic, I mean, it's Dummy 1, so it's barely even Slappy. I still count it, because it's a Slappy story, but with a really bad art style. It's not good. I don't like it. It looks like crap. I'll just give you a little peek here. Nope. Nope. Dunzo. Slappy's Revenge. It's a movie tie-in. It's nothing special, and it's extremely mediocre. Now for Slappy's Return from Slappy's Nightmare. Yeah, this is not a great comeback for Goosebumps. It's very mid. There's good Slappy moments, but it's overall just a really repetitive, by-the-numbers, annoying read. Next up, Night of Living Monsters. This is one of those that barely even counted just because it is a literal telling of the movie. And if I count the movie novel, because it, features, Slappy as the prominent villain, then I gotta count these. I mean, it's fine. It's better than Slappy's Revenge when it comes to tie-ins. It's better than the other 2 dummy books and the comic. That's all I can really say. It's just better than those, but not better than anything else, just because it exists and it's inoffensive. Next up, I have infamously dunked on this book, and no, I have not come around on it. Son of Slappy. I still don't like it. I don't hate it, though. I want to make that clear. I don't hate it. Not anymore, I mean. I have come around on it, kind of, but not wholly, where I'm like, oh, this is a good one. Don't fucking read it. I don't recommend it. It's got a lot of bad elements, but there's some okay ideas in here, and it's not the worst read, even if it is very tropey and uninteresting to me. Next up, this is the book that I initially forgot on my ranking, amongst the many other books I didn't count from my ranking like 3 years ago. Night of Living Dummy 2, TV book. I count these. Forgot my Return of the Mummy one on the Mummy ranking, but no less. This is a okay one. This is more mid than anything, but nothing awful, but nothing I would go out of my way for. Still, it's got some nice photos, and it's based off a pretty good episode, even if it is falling under Present Syndrome. Slappy's Return. Yep, it's the book that exists. Next up, I Am Slappy's Evil Twin, the first Slappy world on this ranking. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's nothing good. Again, I don't like Slappy stories that much. There's some that I'm like, oh yeah, give this one a read. This isn't one of them. It's got a nice idea. It kind of reminds me of Scream School with this Hollywood-esque setting, a little bit of Fright Camp too. Let's just say there's a movie theming, and there's some explosions. There's an explosion in this book, a big one, and there's some nice sequences, but it's by the numbers, it's tropey, but nothing abhorrent. Just a bit, you know, underwhelming. Next up, My Friend Slappy. A really interesting idea, and I think it's done not horribly, nothing crazy though, and it's really just the gimmick here that keeps this book afloat. It's nothing special, but it's interesting enough. The Ghost of Slappy, the book that should have been amazing, and had an amazing, almost, first half. But, oh, the second half completely drowned every thematic thing this thing was going for, and it just turned it into something that should have been great, into something that turned out to be pretty rough around the edges. But it's still worth reading, just for that first half. Slappy and Dreamland. Slappy goes Freddy Krueger here, kind of. And there's some interesting elements at play, and I like the zoo finale, but it's nothing crazy or special overall, but it's still a fine read throughout. Diary of a Dummy. I almost said diarrhea. It's a book that exists. This one has one of the better climaxes I've seen of a Slappy book. It's cool. I like the inclusion of Goldie, Slappy's fucking sister, but everything building up to that wasn't the greatest, even if I did like the intro bit with Slappy actually going full haywire. I think it's more like mushy in the middle, I'd say. Slappy New Year. This was going to be a Goosebumps Gold story, and then the title got repurposed for Horrorland after the Goosebumps Gold series was canceled. Well, it didn't quite live up to what could have been an awesome story. We don't know. But no less, and this actually would have been returned from Slappy's Nightmare, so maybe it would have been an awesome comeback. I mean, far better than Revenge in most categories. This one just has a fair few issues that nag on me, and the parents are really bad in this one, but it's one of the Slappy stories of all time. Slappy stories, if you know what I mean. It's super tropey, it's extremely predictable how it plays out, and it's nothing crazy, but I still recommend it because it's not a bad read. Slappy Birthday to You. This is one of the most forgettable Slappy stories of all time, and also there's cool things in here, like there's a flashback to a dummy museum, which is a cool sequence, and a okay twist at the end. It's still one of those reads where it's like, nothing crazy, but I would read it for the back half of it, where stuff gets revealed. You know, all the balls are dropping. Night of the Living Dummy. It's the iconic cover art, guys, but it turned out to be pretty close to the middle of my ranking. I'm not huge on this one. Do I think it's bad? No. I want to debunk any people who might think I think it's bad. It's a decent book, and I do recommend it, just because it's one of the most popular Goosebumps books of all time. It has a great climax, but the build-up there is a bit agonizing, just because the sisters are really unlikable characters, and, you know, the fake out, the big one, like the whole story for at least 2/3 of it. But then when Mr. Wood finally drops his pants and pukes all over that audience, the book fucking gets rolling, and it's a joyride to the end. And now for our first of technically free movie novels. Haunted Halloween made it this high. Not the movie. We're not including the movie. We're doing books. Basically, the Slappy movie in book form. It's actually better than the movie. First off, I think all of the movie novels so far, including Haunting Returns, Vanished Return, are better than their actual live-action counterparts. And this one, it's good. It's pretty, almost very good. That's a lot of describing words. But would I recommend it like crazy? No, but it's just got a lot of the similar beats that I like from the movie, but improves on some things. Yeah, Slappy beware! This is actually the basically 30th anniversary Goosebumps release. It has a Christmas segment too, and it gives lore to Mr. Wood as an awesome kick-ass intro, and a lot of things going for it, for most of it, until the final bit where it turns into a poo-poo. This next one, I wasn't expecting to get this high, but, I mean, it just goes to show, Slappy really has to cook to impress me. And it's usually other factors that impress me. Maybe it's the gimmick being so good. Oh, only one Slappy world's up here. I think we all know what that one is, but let's stop waiting. Haunting Returns! Yeah, this one made it this high. It's based off the infamously controversial 2023 show, and it improves on a lot of things the show didn't do well. If you want more in-depth thoughts about what is the longest Goosebumps book ever written, I believe, go to my review. But all in all, it's just a better version of the 2023 series that I genuinely recommend, even if it has some similar faults. Next up, this is actually the only other series 2000 on the list, Bride. Yeah, I think this is controversial now. Some people don't really like this book. I had a blast with this one. This isn't a bad one at all, in my opinion. It has faults, especially with the whole pedophilia thing, and also, you know, the ending being a piece of shit. But no less, I think this book is really good for what it is. Dummy 2. Yep. Finally appeared on the ranking. This is easily the fan favorite Night of the Living Mummy book, because a lot of people have kind of turned around on one, and some people still have Free, think it's clear. Free is not popped up yet, so we'll get to it in a minute. But Dummy 2, I really like it. In fact, I almost love it. It's a really darn good book. It has some faults, but overall, I think it really found its footing in the climax. The first 60 pages aren't good, but the back half wholly saves it. Monsters at fucking Midnight. Sorry for the cussing if I've done it a lot. I'm not sure. Okay. I think this is a hot take, no less. But I really like this one. This is my favorite comic, I believe, of the IDWs. And for good reason. This one has Urk. I know I'm talking about Slappy stories, but here we go. Urk is one of the better characters I have seen from Goosebumps in a long time. House of Shivers has done some decent characters, and there's been a few good ones, but Urk. Something is actually the opposite of irking with me. I really like Urk and her arc. There's also the great art. I think it's very good for what it is, and it's genuinely a fun story that isn't trying to do anything utterly crazy, and deliver some fan service alongside that. It's good. Very good. And I do recommend it, even if it's not everybody's cup of tea. We have entered top 5, so one of the IDWs made top 5 something. So good for you, even if I think that series is overhated. We are now going to our final Slappy world. We all know what it is. It's inevitable. The Dummy Meets the Mummy. There's a good reason why this book gets as much praise as it does. It's wholly deserved, in my opinion. You have Aerogoddess, which is one of the best Goosebumps mummy characters and villains ever. He's straight up extremely strong, evil, and badass. He delivers. And Slappy also delivers. Like I said, you need to cook with Slappy. And they utterly cooked. Slappy brought out every big gun he could find in this final battle. And the build-up there is fun. I like the kind of perspective changes from Egypt or something, or, you know, some other country where they find Aerogoddess, and then now to the museum. And then also the Slappy terrorizing a family. It's just awesome. It's a fun ride, and that's all it's intended to be, with a cool gimmick of rhyming names fighting each other. One of them's iconic. The other is a new guy who's just as good as Slappy in this book, if not better. It's a great read. There's a good reason this one gets the hype. Next up, I'm going to anger some people maybe, but this is my favorite of the trilogy just solely because it is the least annoying read of the three. Dummy Free. I like Zane. Zane's a good character in the book. He's more annoying than he was in the episode, I'll say that much. He's kind of a bitch. But Zane, overall, in this book, had a solid-ish arc. But it's not the real kicker here. Slappy's action in the book is some of the best I've seen out of him. And there's a very dire ending to the book, or maybe we get a little revenge on Zane, and I love it. And it's overall a really solid read. It isn't my top 2, but it somehow scratched all the way to top 3. Maybe it's nostalgia talking, probably a little. But also it's just a genuinely good Slappy story that didn't bother me with all its... not even all of its few tropes that were somehow jammed in there. It's really good. Nothing amazing, but very good, if not great. The movie novel. The movie novel is better than the movie. And mind you, we are in officially 10 out of 10 books. These are books that I think are damn near perfect, if not absolutely some of the best books ever in the franchise. And the movie novel not only is better than the movie, it improves the movie in anything that I might have thought wasn't good. It's funnier, it's zanier, it's scarier even, and it just utterly works. And there's extra scenes in here that weren't in the movie. It's so good. This is one of those books where it's like, you gotta read it if you're a Goosebumps fan and you love the movie. Because, goddamn, it just improved. And just to be clear, this is indeed a Slappy story. Slappy is great. I loved him in the movie. I didn't love him as much in Goosebumps 2. In fact, I thought he was weaker, but still, it's a Slappy story. Slappy's good in here, and the movie novel is a great improvement. And finally, number 1. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I think, unless that recording got cut. Screams in the Night. Actually just got a title similar to this, What We Do in the Night. Screams in the Night is one of my all-time favorite Slappy stories, and it's actually because of Slappy. Yes, and I barely even counted this one. This one just barely made it into the list. But I think it deserved to be on here just because Slappy is a prominent character. He's literally on almost every other page. See? Oh, well, I'm not getting... He is the chapter marker. There's art of him on the back in the book that isn't just chapter markers. He is a whole funhouse segment with monster blood and him literally being a huge, genuine Jigsaw-esque threat. He literally pulls a saw. Not a literal saw, but he pulls the movie or franchise. And it's like, holy crap, that's cool, awesome. And it's just Slappy's best appearance ever. Let alone the rest of the book before that is awesome. Like, some better than others. I didn't like the auditorium segment as much as I wish, but everything else makes up for it. It's just so good. Let alone the meta-ass ending. Amazing. And yes, that is my Slappy books ranking. Oh my god. Sorry for not including the FBX comics and Escape from the Carnival of Horrors and Download and Die, because Slappy was one of like 10 different villains that got equal screen time, and he barely did anything. I almost threw that in here just because I thought I'd get fans pissed off at me, but it's not in here. Suck mod. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about my ranking down below, and leave yours down below. Maybe if your own criteria and picks. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.